Hello you lovely people, and today I will show you how I plant these lanzones, Longkong lanzones. And these apparently, these graftings are Longkong and meant to be from Malaysia. We shall see. But these are meant to be a very premium variety. But the ones I bought today from the nursery, I will show you anyway. I will show you. These have just come from the nursery. And of course what I do, because as you can see direct from the nursery, they've got all kinds of insects and bugs and fungus and powdery mildew there, look. So what I do before I plant them, and I let them stand here for a day, so I water them and I let them stand for a day, and then I've sprayed them now because there's no sunshine at the moment, so I've sprayed them with a tiny bit of insecticide and a tiny bit of fungicide. And rather than plant them on the same day, because obviously when you spray them with like an insecticide and a fungicide, if they're in the ground it's not too bad, but because these will be transplanted, I don't want to shock them too much, because it's not too good. So I'll leave them here for a day or so, maybe 2 days, and then I will transplant them. So people, this is the medium that I use, and I'll show you the mix when I do actually plant the trees, but I will show you what I do. Now, like I was saying in the previous video, is that this is chicken diet, or chicken manure as we know it as, okay? But it doesn't come like that, okay? It doesn't come like that. It comes in these big sacks, and I've used a lot of this, but I've got more sacks over here. But it comes like that, okay? So it's dry, as you can see. It's lovely and dry, it's matured, it's good enough. But what I do, and I can't do it because I'm holding the phone as I'm doing this, so what I do, I knock it down and I make it into a dust. So it goes like this, okay? Now, the reason I do that is because if you plant it with that, you might break it down with your hands like that, but it's still not a dust, it's still in lumps. So you will for sure, you will burn the roots, definitely. When the trees are more mature and the roots are thicker and they've travelled a little bit, it'll be okay. But because they haven't, I do it like this. So it's all a dust. And you can wear gloves. I generally do wear gloves, but because I'm holding this cell phone and stuff, and I'm not going to knock it all down now, but I'm just showing you a demonstration. Now, back in the UK, you can get chicken manure in pellets. But here, or where I am, and I cleared all this out, this is what the chickens have eaten, because they eat anything, and there's bits of feathers where they've cleaned it up and stuff. I cleared all that out. So I use this, okay, and then this is the cocoa peat, people. Now I use 50% of this in the hole. I use 50% of that. Okay, so I use 50% of this, and the reason I use this is because it holds moisture. Now, there's absolutely no nutrients in cocoa peat, none at all, nothing. Okay, it's just a medium to plant in without any fertilizers or any nutrients. So you're going to need something. Now, this is the vermicast. This is pure. Oh, I don't want to waste it because this is very expensive. This is worm castings, and you can see the worm castings, okay? And this is brilliant stuff. It really is. It doesn't burn because it's a natural fertilizer as well. It's an organic fertilizer. It's absolutely brilliant. So you've got no chance of burning. And there's still some worms in there, actually. But yeah, this is fantastic. So the mix that I use, people, is I will use 50% of this in the hole, okay? And when I plant them, when I do actually go down and plant, I will do a video of the planting, and I'll show you the mix that I do, the depth of the hole and the width of the hole, and the hole works. And it's very important, Jackie, Jackie's in the film, it's very, very important that you don't plant your plants too deep. I think that's what a lot of people do, and it's a big mistake. Don't plant them any deeper than the root ball, you know, the top of the root ball. Now, because I use this medium, okay, it does drop down, it does sink. It does sink, you know, when you get the air out of it and things like that. It does sink, and when you water them in. So, you know, what I do, I plant them higher. So I compensate as best as I can think of how much they're going to drop, okay? But the worst thing you can do, which I'll show you when I plant them, is plant them too deep. I think that's where a lot of people go wrong. They plant them too deep. They do start to grow, but you're already killing your plant or the tree. You're already starting to kill it. You know, you're suffocating it. And I forgot to mention, when I do use the cocoa peat and the worm castings, vermicompost, whatever you want to call it, vermicast, I will use this chicken dust that I've broken down. I will use maybe 3 or 4 handfuls of this, but I don't put it in the mix of the worm castings and the cocoa peat. I use that on the outside because I don't want them coming out and straight into this, because it will burn them. It will, and you know, you're going to do more harm than good. So I use this on the outside, and you don't need too much of this you know, chicken manure. It's brilliant, it's very high in nitrogen, but you don't want to use too much because it is fairly strong. You don't want to do the damage. So the worm castings have got all the nutrients that that tree needs for it to establish itself. And I also use about 25% of the land I've taken out. The land here is like a sandy loamy, which is ideal for lanzones, you know, for Longkong. It's like a loam sand, it's like a dusty stuff, but it's good to give them, this is the best start you can do, is to give them the best you can when you're planting them, you know, the best medium you can do. And as I said, it's all expensive, you know. Those trees, you can buy them in different stages. You can buy them at 2 feet tall where they've just been grafted, and you can buy them in the next stage and the next stage. And these are, I think, the 4th stage. But the trees we originally planted, they were 1st stage. And as I said, I took a chance because they don't like direct sunlight when they're small like that. But luckily enough, they've took and they are very good. But so these ones, I think, are 3rd or 4th stage. So these ones are 300 pesos each. These ones, they're slightly bigger. You know, they've got like a bigger root stock, a bigger root ball in them. But I'll show you when I do plant them, you know, the way I plant them, and I'll show you the mix that I do. And that first initial watering is very, very important. I overwater with that first water, and I don't press the soil or the medium down too much. I don't want to press it down too much. I let the water do that, the weight of the water, to take out all of the air pockets in it. But I will show you when I do it, okay? So without further ado, I will see you down there. Hello people. So what we do, I've put half a sack of this, half a sack of cocoa peat in the wheelbarrow. I like to do it in the wheelbarrow because I can give it a good mix. So there's half a sack of that, and I've already started doing this, and I'm doing it like this with this trowel because my son likes to get the worms. He likes to find the worms in here. He likes to put them in here. I'd rather keep the worms in there, but my son, no. So this is the way that I do it. You don't have to do it this way, but this is the long way, and it's to entertain Kaylin as well. And this is the you know, the worm castings, and I've already mixed a lot of this in already, so I don't have to put too much more of this in. Like I say, I put about 25% of this in there, and 50% of cocoa peat, and the rest is the dirt that comes out the hole. And I will give this a good mix, and then my son hasn't finished yet. Look, he wants to get the worms. And then we will wheelbarrow this down to the hall and plant one of those trees. So people, we're here with the tree and we're here in the hall. And this hall is about 500 by 500. And you can see what I've done, because it was a little bit deep, I've put some of the mix at the bottom of the hole, because you don't want to be above this root flare. When you're planting, make sure the root flare is either slightly above the ground level, okay, or level with it. Now, like I said, you know what I do? I raise it a little bit, because the medium underneath that I've just put there is going to drop. So I will lift that even a little bit more. And incidentally, people, if you get any of this new growth here, like you can see here, that is above the grafting, which the graft was here, take that off, because that's no good. Because if that grows, that's just going to be the old rootstock, which is not going to be a grafted tree. It's not going to be a dwarf tree. So bear that in mind. And also, my little boy doing something down there. Also, what is good to do is test your holes for drainage. Now what I do, I dig the hole and I pour about 2 or 3 gallons of water in the hole, you know, before I do anything. And I see how well it's going to drain and how quick it drains. Now this drains in about an hour and a half. So I know I've got good drainage, okay? So, without further ado, we'll take that out, we'll take the wrapper off, and we will plant the tree. I hope you can see that from over there, people. But this comes off, okay? And it's got a good root system here. Now what I try and do, get that off, and I don't know if you can see that there, but I try and break this up a little bit, because I don't want the roots just to keep continuously spinning around and strangulating the tree. So I'll put that in the hole and I will loosen that. I will loosen this up a little bit. Not too much, but I'll loosen up a little bit. I don't want to do it too much because it's very dry and it's hot sunshine, but as you can see, I'm loosening up the roots. So they will start growing out from this root ball. Okay, like that. Now, come on, son, the camera. Don't worry about damaging too much of this, because it will come back, okay? So don't worry about that. Right, I think I've took enough out there that I need. I think I've took enough out of there. Right, now, for the important bit, as I call it, putting the medium in. Go on the way, Jackie boy. Come on, Jackie boy. Don't worry too much about this, just tip it in, and then you can move it around afterwards. Okay? What way the camera, son? Kaelin, you'll come around this side. That's it. And try and put it centralised in the hole as much as you can. Now that is that's good where that is there. But I will give it a little lift. Just a little lift like that. You see, so it's not going to be, when it does drop, because it will drop with the water in. It will drop. Okay. And as I said, I don't press it in. I put it in there loosely. A bit more in there, son. You do it, go on. Bit more in here.
I want to
Ah, okay.
what's it hard to be doing it now?
And I will water it with 2 gallons of water, and that is it. That is it, people. As you can see, the root flare is above the ground, and the drainage will come down here. The water, when it runs down the bank, and down here. So that is the tree. Once I water it, that is it. One planted lanzones Longkong tree. And the final stages, people, is the magic chicken manure. Now, like I said, I put it around the edges, so I will scratch around these edges like that, and I will sprinkle a little bit in the hole, and I will mix that in. I don't use too much of this because it is very, very strong. It's difficult doing it when I'm holding the phone. Just around the edge of the hole. See, it's all a nice powder, which is what you want. As I say, you don't need a lot of that, and then mix that in, and that won't touch the roots at all yet, because you don't want it to. And also the worm castings, the vermicast, the organic compost, the tree's got all of the nutrition in that, okay? So, and that is almost it, and there is your root flare, okay? And we are higher, we are about 2 inches higher than the ground, because that will sink. Now people, for the final bit is, last but not least, is the watering. You see how that cocoa peat absorbs the water? Just absorbed it so well. So well. Really difficult trying to do it like this and hold the camera. Like I said, I do put a lot on here. I put maybe 2 gallons, only for the first initial watering. And it's got good drainage, so what doesn't get soaked up will drain away anyway. So we're nearly there, people. There's just one final touch at the end, okay? Sorry about the noise. Right, that's that. Now, put that back in, like that. Okay, that's lovely. Now, because it's very hot, this will be taken up in no time. And to finish it, people, I get a bit more of this, and I just throw it on the top like that. Just tidies it up, makes it look quite nice. My little boy's helping, and he gives it a bit of cover from the sunshine, so it won't evaporate too quickly. And that, people, is how I plant a tree. Now that won't need any extra fertilizer or compost for a couple of months. And after that, I will be using the abono which you buy from the agricultural shop. But there we go. We've got more down here to go. And tomorrow, we start in this. I've got some people going to start clearing it. So altogether, people, like I said, we've got over 3,000 square meters now, and we're going to continue down here with more land down here. So we're hoping to get 3/4 of an hectare altogether, and it will all be lanzones. This bit here, we're probably going to keep it for vegetables, just that part. But this here, we're going to plant fruit trees in here as well after this crop of Kamote Kahoy is done. So yeah, it's quite a it's quite a number of trees, and in 3 years, 3 to 5 years, it'll start to become profitable. But there we go, people. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, it's a bit something different, and I'll see you in the next video, and we don't know what that's going to be about yet. So stick with me, people. Bye bye. Bye bye. Oh, he's found a worm in here. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.